One thing I see blocking a lot of people from expanded consciousness is spiritual drivenness. When I started out on this journey of self-exploration and realization, I was so determined to meditate harder, read more books, do all of the things. I applied this doer mindset, it's all up to me thought form to my spirituality. Now, in the beginning, that was actually quite helpful because I did need to make some changes in my life. I did need to get some information. I did need to start some practices. But eventually, what I realized was that I actually became attached to many of these things. I became attached to having a morning meditation. I became attached to consuming information on spirituality. I identified as someone that was pursuing my spirituality very, very hard. And in that identification, I actually got lost and blocked from greater levels of realization. And so this can show up in so many ways. And for a lot of you that feel like you've been doing all the right things, that maybe that you've been kind of hitting at a standstill in your growth and revelation and expansion, I encourage you to investigate here. Is doing more, is wanting more growth actually what is going to best serve you? In my case, it actually was a big impediment. It was a doer program that needed to be replaced by patience, by grace, so that the true self could reveal itself naturally instead of by the effort, which is something that the ego loves, of the personal will or my actions. That is not actually how this works. And so it's something that is very subtle. A lot of people don't realize it, but it's something worth investigating if you feel like you've been doing a lot of the work spiritually, but maybe aren't getting the result. What if instead of trying to get enlightened as fast as possible, we could learn to trust the divine timing? We could understand that all things are unfolding in perfect timing, order, and synchronicity for our awakening. It is my experience that this type of approach versus the one that is constantly striving, trying to grow faster, trying to get enlightened quicker, results in better outcomes. And it's one of the trickiest things because for most other things in our life, we are programmed or conditioned that more is the answer. And in the case of spirituality, that isn't always the case. And you really need to kind of learn how to surf the wave to understand when more or less is actually going to result in better outcomes. I encourage you to watch the Surrender series that we put together, where perhaps you need to surrender or let go of the desire to become enlightened. And if perhaps you put some emphasis on letting go of that, maybe some wonderful things will happen. There's only one way to find out, and that is application. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm linking to the Surrender series below. Make sure to subscribe if you want more content on the expansion of consciousness, creativity, entrepreneurship. I'm very grateful for all of you humans, and I will see you on the next video.